All right. This year, conference finals last year. What's a successful season this year?
Great question. Everybody's asking that. Honestly, it's too early. Like, this is a new team. I don't know. I don't think you can put like a cap on it in terms of, what we'll do. I think no matter what, we got the right staff. We got J Kidd and his team, so they're going to put us in the right position. We got to stay healthy. We have new additions that are going to have to, come in, and they're going to change the way we play. We have scoring at the 5 position that we didn't have last year. We got Timmy Hardaway back, and so how does he fit in? And then obviously losing JB. So it's a new team. So I don't know. I think it's too early to try to put a cap on it.
When the playoff run last year, you were there pretty much all the games. What's your favorite moment looking back, sitting there watching this team go through what they just did?
How they responded to a Game 7 on the road, I think that says a lot about the team that we had last year.
I know you're probably getting asked about this a lot, but you lose JB. You naturally lose a third ball handler on the team. How are you answering that question when somebody says, hey, you have Luca, you have Dinwiddie. Who's gonna create or handle the ball whenever one of them's not on the floor or in the second unit?
People forget about Frank. Frank played big minutes in the playoffs, and he's a ball handler. Jaden, who's young, like how quick can he progress to get on the floor and help us? We have Tyler Dorsey, who most people didn't know about until this summer. So I'm optimistic of the team we have, and then we have an open roster spot. So
Dorsey did great for Greece.
Yeah.
So there's always flexibility.
Yeah.
What do you think this team needs to win a championship?
What does it need to win a championship? Well, one, I think a little bit of luck. I think everybody has to play at their best ability, and they also have to, all the players need to come back better than they left last year. I think that needs to happen, and then we got to come together as a team and be better as a team than we are individually.
The Christian Wood trade, how much of that was an opportunity that came up to, for lack of better terms, buy low or pounce on an opportunity like that? Like, hey, we got to add a guy like this if we can add him. Or is this somebody that you've been targeting for a while and you're like, man, I really want to get this guy in here?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I think, what he offers at that position we didn't have last year. So I think he feels a need that we had. And he's at a place in his career where it's time for him to, be on a winning team. So I think it's a perfect combination.
Jason Kidd has already said that he's going to start the season coming off the bench. When the trade got finalized, you said that he's got to prove some stuff to us. We have to prove some stuff to him in the same way. What do you think he has to prove to either get to a starting spot or to, become a bigger part of this team? Or what's his path, do you think?
Yeah, so starting to me doesn't really mean anything. It's about who finishes the game.
Yeah, sure.
We've had starters here who start and play 10 minutes a game, Yeah, so I don't really care about starting. I know players do. They all want to start. But to me, it's who finishes the game.
When you have trade discussions with other teams, organizations, have you had one to where you've discussed like bigger names? And what's the hardest part about pulling off trades in the NBA?
I think the hardest part is that, who you might know who you think would fit perfectly with this team, but you have to want what they want. Or you have to have what they want in return. Nobody's going to give you anything for free. I mean, you've seen some of the trades that happened this summer. They're lopsided.
Yeah.
So that's the toughest thing.
Yeah. All right. Can we ask you a funny one here? Could you draw Luca's logo? So we've asked all of Luca's teammates so far to draw his logo. We even asked him. He cheated and looked at his shoes. But
he was like looking down.
Look at this. Nico Harrison drawing Luca's logo.
It's pretty close.
I know, it's pretty good.
It's like brackets.
It's pretty good.
We've also asked everybody, what's something annoying about Luca? Could be a good thing, bad thing. Christian Wood said, anytime that he knows a play is going to work, he's just going to run it and run it and run it, especially the Rockets. But what's something that's annoying about Luca?
What's something that's annoying about Luca?
Reggie Bullock said his music, his taste in music.
His taste of music is probably that's actually good. Let me think of something unique though. He's always kicking the basketballs.
Always.
His love for football is crazy. He's always kicking it.
That's good. If you could watch a reality show about any players' lives, like we've asked every player so far, like, hey, if you could have a teammate and you had to watch a reality show about one of them's life.
Somebody on this team.
Theo.
Oh, Theo.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Theo, for sure.
Okay. We haven't talked to Theo yet.
We haven't talked to him yet, so that'll be a good one.
On Media Day, obviously you get all the questions. What's the question you'd have for us?
How do you think we're going to finish this year?
Oh, finals.
All right.
Yeah,
I like that.
We're going to the finals.
That's the answer on Media Day every year. It's like everybody thinks we can go to the finals.
Okay, can I ask a personal question? How do you balance? Honestly, probably doing. I'm just so curious.
He wants
myself.
to know this for himself.
How do you balance work life and family life?
Good question. One, I don't think there ever is true balance. I just think that doesn't really exist. I think for me, when it comes to my family life, it's about quality over quantity. You know, because I'm going to travel a lot. I've traveled a lot in my whole career. You know, working, and so it's when I'm home, making sure that I'm actually with them and spending time with them, quality time versus just, you know, there's a lot of people who don't travel at all and they're home every night and they don't spend time with their kids. Yeah. So it's like when I'm home, spending time, you know, being very, very disciplined and purposeful about the time I spend with the family.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, that's good.